ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। चैतन्यं सर्वगं सर्वं सर्वभूतगुहाशयं यत्सर्वविषयातीतं तस्मै सर्वविदे नमः। In the 16th chapter of Upadeshasahasri, we are seeing the refutation of Vaisheshika Darshan. We have been seeing from shloka number 51 onwards this topic. According to them, in Atma there is Jnanam and in Atma there is Sukham. Sukham is one guna, Jnanam is another guna of Atma. And Jnanam guna of Atma will know Sukham guna of Atma. Siddhanti, Vedanti says this is not possible. So that is said now. Further, shloka number 56, introduction, page number 206. Yadyapi Vaisheshikair Jnanasya Jnanantara Vedyatvam Ishyate Tadapi Ayuktam Anavastha Prasangadityaha. Yadyapi means even though, Vaisheshikaihi, by these Vaisheshika people, Jnanasya Jnanantara Vedyatvam. Jnanantaram means Anyad Jnanam, Jnanantaram. Anyad Jnanena Jnanasya Vedyatvam. One knowledge is known by the other knowledge. Sukham is also a Jnanam. And knowledge of Sukham is also Jnanam. So Sukham is Jnanam, Sukhasya Jnanam is also Jnanam. So they say Sukham becomes known by Jnanam, Tadapi Ayuktam, that is also not appropriate. Why? Anavastha Prasanga. There will be Anavastha Dosha, infinite regress. Syanmala Pariharyatu Jnananche Jneyatam Vrajet Yugapadvapi Chotpatti Rabhyupetata Ishyate. Syanmala Pariharyatu Jnananche Jneyatam Vrajet Yugapadvapi Chotpatti Rabhyupetata Ishyate. In the fourth quarter, Abhyupeta Ataha, so that between Abhyupeta and Ta, you can put one Khandakara, Avagraha, S, like how it is there between Mala and Pariharya, like that. ishyate. So the Anvaya is like this. Jnanam jnayatam vrajet chet mala pariharya tu syat. युगपद वापि च उत्पत्ति ही अभ्युपेता अभ्युपेता अतः so ishyate chet, then you have to supply what is given here, and that is shabda sparshadi jnanam. Tasya kalpana api ishyate. What that is, when we see, I will explain. So the meaning of the shloka is this. First line says, if jnanam becomes jnaya, jnanam jnayatam vrajet. If knowledge becomes object of knowledge, if knowledge becomes object of knowledge, then there will be anavastha apariharya. You cannot avoid. Why? Because then the knowledge of that knowledge also will become object of knowledge. Then you will need another knowledge to know that knowledge of knowledge. Like that, there will be anavastha. So mala shabda here is for anavastha. Mala here is not garland or anything. One thing will lead to another. One jnanam, if it objectifies another jnanam, then that first jnanam also will have to be objectified by another one, which will also have to be objectified by another one, like that. This is first line. Second line says, Yugapad vapicha utpatti hi abhyupeta chet. If you say simultaneously, the utpatti is there of jnanam also, sukham also, or jnanam also, dukkham also, like that, then simultaneously you will have to accept the rupa, rasa, gandha, shabda, sparsha, all these jnanam, and then there will be a chaos in the form of all these shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, jnanam. All of them will be arising together. Either you say knowledge comes in sequence, or you say knowledge comes simultaneously, except one principle. If you say knowledge comes in sequence, then first knowledge will not know the second knowledge, and second knowledge will not know the first one. Sequence means this. When one is there, other is not there. When the other is there, third one will not be there. So how will the later one know the earlier one? This is one. No, if you say they are there simultaneously. If they are there simultaneously, then at the same time, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, other Jnanam, all will show up. There are multiple Jnanams. Then, what will be the flaw? That Teekakar is going to explain in detail. But there is a defect. See in Teeka. Ayam artha. Yena atmanah sanyogena pratham jnanam jayate. तदन्येन संयोगान्तरेण तद विषयं ज्ञानान्तरं जायते किं वा तेनैव संयोगेन. Sanyoga means which sanyoga we are talking?
Samavaya. Samaveta.
Jnana Jnaya Sambandha.
Not between jnana and jnana. This is the sambandha between Atma and Manaha. Atma Mana Sanyoga. Atma Mana Sanyoga, not what is given there. Sanyogena. Atmanaha Sanyogena. It's not Samavaya. It is Sanyoga Sambandha between Atma and Manaha. Atma is Dravya or not? According to Vaisheshika Darshan.
Yes, Swamiji. Yes.
And mind is?
Also Dravya.
Is also Dravya. Between two Dravya, there will be only Sanyoga Sambandha. Between Dravya Guna, Dravya Karma, Dravya Jati, those Sambandhas will be Samavaya. Between Dravya and Dravya, like between Ghata and Pata, Sanyoga Sambandha. So between Atma and Mana, Sanyoga Sambandha. Yena Atmanaha Sanyogena means Atmanaha means Atma Mana Sanyogena. Prathamam Jnanam Jayate. First is Jnanam. Let's say that Jnanam is Sukham. Tad Anyena Sanyogantarena. By the other Jnanam, which is they call as Jnanam or Buddhi. Sanyogantarena means, are you saying there is another Atmamana Sanyoga which will produce Jnanam? First Atmamana Sanyoga produced Sukham. Second Atmamana Sanyoga is producing Jnanam. So question is, Tad Anyena Sanyogantarena. Anya other than the previous one. Sanyogantarena Tad Vishayam Jnanantaram Jayate. Kimva Tenaiva Sanyogena. Siddhanta is asking Purvapakshi. Tell me, if are you using the same Sanyoga Sambandha or another Atma Mana Sanyoga? The Purvapakshi says, okay, whatever you take, why does it matter? They say, I will tell you. Adya Doshamaha. If you say Sukham is produced by one Atma Mana Sanyoga, Jnanam is produced by another Atma Mana Sanyoga, then what is the dosha? Syat. Now comes the shloka. Mala apariharya. Mala means anavastha. Jnanam ched jnyatam vrajet tada apariharya jnanamala. Jnana parampara syat. Jnana anavastha syat ityartha. If jnanam becomes jneyam, because first jnanam through Atmamana Sanyoga is known through second jnanam Atmamana Sanyoga. Sukham. So I'm assuming you are paying attention here when I'm pointing out. Here, look in the screen. Atmamana Sanyoga, first one, produces Sukham. Second one, Jnanam of this previous Sukham. So, this Jnanam becomes Jnaya of the second Jnanam. First Sukha Jnanam becomes Jnaya of the Jnanam. So, this will know the previous one. Tada Apariharya Jnanamala. You will not be able to avoid Jnanamala, means Jnana Parampara, means Jnana Anavastha. Ityartha. Vishayavabhasa Samaye Yadi Jnanam na avabhaseta tada Vishayah Swayam eva bhasate. Vishaya avabhasa Samaye, when Vishaya avabhasa takes place at that time, Yadi Jnanam na avabhaseta. If Jnanam is not known, Vishaya, let's say Ghata. When Ghata becomes known, if Jnanam is not known, Ghata Jnanam, means I know Ghata, but I don't know whether I got the Ghata Jnanam or not. This is just imaginary condition. यदि ज्ञानम न अवभासेत तदा विषयः स्वयमेव भासते, वन विकल्प, और ज्ञान अधीनतया वा इति विवेक्तुम अशक्यत्वात्. You will not be able to do this viveka whether Vishaya is self luminous, is it known by itself, Ghata, etc., or Jnana Adhinataya. It becomes an object of some knowledge, and in that way it becomes known. Jnana Adhinataya va iti. This kind of viveka you will not be able to do. Vivektum ashakyatvat. Tadaeva jnanabhanam jnanantaram yashtavyam. Then at that time itself, jnanabhanam, the knowledge of the jnanam, jnanantaram, through another jnanam, or jnanabhanam is jnanantaram yashtavyam. तस्य अपि भाने पूर्व ज्ञानस्य ज्ञानांतर भाष्यत्व असिद्धेः तद्भानाय ज्ञानांतरम इति दुर्निवारा अनवस्था स्याद् इति भाव. So he is explaining how there is anavastha. So if there is one Atma Manas Sanyoga and then another Atma Manas Sanyoga is there, okay, by which this first Jnanam becomes known. So then for the knowledge of the first Jnanam, you will need Jnanantaram. For the knowledge of that second Jnanam, then in the first one, first Jnanam is there or not. I will know only if second knowledge has revealed it. If the second knowledge is not able to reveal the first one, how will I know whether first knowledge actually took place or not? For the second knowledge to tell me that yes, knowledge has taken place, how will I know knowledge has taken place? I need third knowledge, for which second knowledge is the object of knowledge. Then only I'll know, oh, this knowledge, second knowledge took place. Why? Because I know. This I know is this third one. Second knowledge took place. This second knowledge is knowledge of what? Is knowledge of first knowledge. So for knowledge of first knowledge, you need knowledge of second knowledge. For that knowledge to take place, you need another knowledge which confirms that the second knowledge actually took place. It happened. Now this third one, how will you know third one has happened? You need fourth. In this way, there will be anavastha. I hope it understood. See the words. विषय अवभास समये यदि ज्ञानम न अवभासेत तदा विषय स्वयमेव भासते ज्ञान अधीनतया वा इति विवेक्तुम अशक्यत्वात् तदैव ज्ञानभानं ज्ञानान्तरं यष्टव्यम्. तदा एव, at that time itself, you will need another jnanam. Jnanantaram yashtavyam is desired. Tasyapi abhane. But when that is not known, then the previous If the later one is not known, you will not be able to say the previous one got recognized, became known. Why? Because the next one is not known yet. So the next one has to become known. See, what is the difference between Vedantic thinking and this thinking? We have a Sakshi. So when Ghata is illumined, Sakshi illumines Ghata, Ghata Jnanam and Ghata Jnata all together. Ghata Jnata will know Ghata. Sakshi will know Ghata, Ghata Jnanam, Ghata Jnata all together. And therefore, there is no anavastha. And we say Sakshi is Swayam Prakash. According to them, they need another one. So this is the problem they will have to face. See further. तस्यापि अभाने पूर्वज्ञानस्य ज्ञानांतर भाष्यत्व असिद्धेः. If the jnanantaram is not known, then purva jnanasya jnanantara bhasyatva asiddhe. Purva jnanam is not known by uttar jnanam, or purva jnanam is known by uttar jnanam is not proved. You will not be able to prove. Why? Because uttar jnanam has not taken place. And therefore tad bhanaya jnanantaram. Jnanantaram, you will need another jnanam, then another jnanam. इति दुर्निवारा अनवस्था स्याद् इति भाव. अनवस्था will be दुर्निवारा. तु शब्दश्च अर्थः. तु शब्दश्चार्थः. So tu shabda is for cha. Syan mala apariharya tu. Tu in the shloka means cha. And also cha means you have to connect this with the all the previous problems that we have listed. Now little more Vaisheshika Nyaya Siddhanta, those who have studied Tarka Sangraha will recognize. Pay attention here also. In my hand, I am going to explain. Tena cha prathama, this thumb, prathama jnanotpatti anantaram manasi kriya tato vibhagah tatah purva sanyoga nashah tatah sanyogantaram. 5 things are given. Thank God we have 5 fingers so we can explain easily. First is prathama jnana utpatti. First jnanam, sukham, this is. Then manasi kriya. Kriya will happen in mind. That will create, so that kriya will do vibhaga. First, atma mana sanyoga, what is there? That has to be broken. Sanyoga will become vibhaga. So atma mana sanyoga which was there, it is separated. Vibhaga. So prathama jnanam, kriya, vibhaga. After vibhaga, next sanyoga. Again atma mana sanyoga took place. Then jnanam, jnanantaram. So sukham is here. Prathama kshana. Kriya, vibhaga, or sanyoga nasha, sanyoga, another jnanam. Jnanam. Sukham here, jnanam here. Iti bahukshana vilambena utpadyamanam uttara jnanam purva jnanavabhasanam katham kuryat. 5 kshanas are there. Bahukshana vilambena. So this sukham, this jnanam, how will it know this sukham? This jnanam is coming after 4 kshanas. It is in the 5th kshana, panchama kshana. So normally they say any jnanam will last only for 3 kshanas. बहुक्षण विलंबेन उत्पद्यमानम उत्तरम ज्ञानम पूर्वज्ञान अवभासनम कथम कुर्यात्, हाउ विल इट डू पूर्वज्ञान अवभासनम, तस्य तदानीम अभावात्, that this is going to last only 3 kshanas. This is coming only in the 5th one. By then this should have gone. Ityadi yuktiantaram samuchyate. By that chakara, all these other yuktis also you have to add. So the Teekakar, he elaborates more to do khandana. Atha dvitiyam kalpam anudya ati prasangena dushayati. Let's say yugapat, simultaneously there are all atmamana sanyogaja vrittis. Sukha, jnanam, dharma, dharma, sanskara, whatever, everything happens. Raga, dvesha, means ichha, dvesha, prayatna, everything simultaneously. Apicha, anavastha dosha parijihirshaya. In order to avoid anavastha dosha, purvottar jnana yoho ekasmadeva sanyogat yugapat utpattirabhyupeta chet. In order to avoid the first problem, this is the life story of most people. To avoid one problem, they get into another. They think that I will get out of first problem, I will be fine. You couldn't get out of first, actually you entered into second also. This is what ends up happening. Chet iti anushajyate tada ataha. So in the shloka, that's why I gave you correction. Ataha asmadeva sanyogat युगपत् सन्निकृष्ट रूप रस गंध शब्द स्पर्श ज्ञानानामपि तदैव उत्पत्तिः इष्यताम्. At that time itself there will be रूप रस गंध शब्द स्पर्श, all these jnanam simultaneously will arise, because atma mana sanyoga is responsible for jnanam in atma. Here atma mana sanyoga simultaneously will produce so many jnanam. Tada eva utpatti rishyata. Tada, then what is the problem? Sanskar udbodha sampate. When sanskar udbodhanam takes place, sahakari labhat tadartha smritinam api utpatti rishyataam. Ato na jnanasya jnanantara vedyatva kalpana yuktimati iti sthitim ityartha. So when the sanskar udbodhanam takes place, then the smriti related to that, सहकारी संस्कार उद्बोध संपाते सहकारी लाभात तदर्थ स्मृति नाम अपि उत्पत्ति रिष्यताम. So the smriti also, tad vishayaka smriti, all of them also will be simultaneously rising. And therefore, this jnanam having jnanantaram, which will know purva jnanam, this kind of kalpana is inappropriate. So what is the point in this second vikalpa? Jnanam, smriti, all of them will exist simultaneously. Because you see, according to Vaisheshika Darshan, jnanam is divided into how many things? 2.
True.
What are they?
Yathatha and ayathatha.
Smriti Anubhava.
Smriti, Anubhava. Smriti is also jnanam, Anubhava is also jnanam. In Anubhava, there are 2 types. Yathartha,
Ayathatha.
Yathartha. Yathartha, ayathartha are anubhava. Smriti is also jnanam. So if you say yugapad jnanam, simultaneous knowledge is there, simultaneously knowledge is also taking place in the form of pratyaksha, anumana, etc. And smriti is also jnanam. So recollection from the past is also happening. All of that is happening simultaneously. This is the problem. So sanskar udbodha will happen. Like if I see a person, so some knowledge is there. Then also at the same time, some sanskaras are there. Oh, I saw this person there somewhere. This is what he was doing. Should I meet him? Should I not meet him? All these things will start happening. But we say this is happening sequentially, one after the other. We never say it is happening simultaneously. Purvapakshi here says if it is happening simultaneously, Siddhanti says then you will have all the other problems. Therefore, ज्ञानस्य ज्ञानांतर वेद्यत्व कल्पना युक्तिमति इति न. This is the sthiti. Yuktimati. Yuktimati, what is the pratyaya?
Yuktiman.
Shanas pratyaya is there. Or you can say matu pratyaya is there. With that, strilinga shabda, so yuktimati. Further. Kincha. There is another concept of nyaya. Let me also explain that while we are here. It is not discussed here. Let us say I get Ghata Jnana. First, you understand in Vedanta what happens. When I get Ghata Jnana, so in Antakarana there will be Ghatakar Vritti, a thought modification of the nature of Ghata. Then that Ghatakar Vritti is getting illumined by
Sakshi.
Sakshi Chaitanya. Sakshi Chaitanya will illuminate. So, Ghata, Ghatakar Vritti, Ghata Jnata, all will become known by Sakshi. Sakshi, how is Sakshi becoming known? So we say is Swayam Prakasha. In Nyaya Darshan, they say first Jnanam of Ghata is Vyavasaya Jnanam. Second Jnanam is the Jnanam of the first Jnanam. This is what they call Anuvyavasaya Jnanam. Anuvyavasaya means that which follows Vyavasaya Jnanam. Vyavasaya Jnanam, if its Vishaya is Ghata, right? So Vyavasaya Jnanam's Vishaya will be Ghata. Anuvyavasaya Jnanam's Vishaya will be
I know Ghata.
Ghata Jnana.
Anuvyavasaya Jnanam's Vishaya will be Ghata Jnanam. According to them. Vyavasaya Jnanam's Vishaya is Ghata. Anuvyavasaya Jnanam's Vishaya is Ghata Jnanam. And the question will be, Anuvyavasaya Jnanam, how will it be known? So they say, it is known by itself. Because for this, if you accept another Jnanam, then you will have
Anavastha dosha.
Avastha dosha. So many things we have to accept. Then we will ask this. Vyavasaya Jnanam is because of what? Vyavasaya Jnanam is taking place in Atma. And it is because of Atma Manas Sanyoga. Anuvyavasaya Jnanam is taking place where? In Atma. It is because of what? Atma Manas Sanyoga. If Vyavasaya Jnanam is in Atma with Atma Manas Sanyoga, you say that Jnanam requires another Jnanam for its knowledge. Second Jnanam is also taking place in Atma. Second Jnanam also is with Atma Manas Sanyoga. But that one you say, it doesn't need anything else. How? Same Ashraya, same Sambandha, its Swabhava should be same. So this is also another defect in their thinking. Okay. I read somewhere, I don't know where it is. Maybe it was there in some other Teeka. Okay, see further now. Kincha Atmanas Chaitanyam Swarupa Lakshanam Uchyate Tatastha Lakshanam Va. So Atma has to have some Chaitanya. This is our Siddhanta. This Chaitanya will be Swarupa Lakshana or Tatastha Lakshana. This is the last shloka of Vaisheshika Khandana. Adye. But remember, they don't consider Atma as Chaitanya. So that topic he is going to say in the Teeka. Adye Prathivyadau Gandhadivat Sanatanatvat Tasya Cha Swarupa Anatirekat Anitya Jnana Atma Iti Udghosho Mrishaiva Syat. If you say Atma is Chaitanya and it is its Swarupa Lakshana, then what is Swarupa Lakshana has to be there all the time. Like Adya Prithivyadau Gandhadivat. In Prithvi, Gandha is Swarupa Lakshana. It is there all the time. Sanatanatvat. Sanatana means all the time it is there. Like that, Atma will be Chaitanya all the time. Then Swarupa Anatirekat. Because Swarupa Atireka means different. Anatireka means it will not be different. Anitya Jnana Atma. They define Atma as Atma means that which is Anitya Jnana. Anitya Jnana Atma iti Udghosho. This kind of proclamation by you will be Mithya. Why? Because now you ended up accepting Atma as Chaitanya. So it is not Anitya Jnana, it is Nitya Jnana. Dvitiyetu, if you say no, it is not Swarupa Lakshana, Chaitanya is Tatastha Lakshana of Atma. If Chaitanya is Tatastha Lakshana, then you will have to define some other Swarupa Lakshanam. Dvitiyetu Swarupa Lakshanam Anyat. If Chaitanya is Tatastha Lakshana, then Swarupa Lakshana will be something else. If Swarupa Lakshana is something else, then Anatma Asadharanam Vaktavyam. Anatma Asadharanam. Asadharanam means not different. Anatma Asadharanam Vaktavyam. Lakshanam. Means you have to give that Lakshana which will not go in Anatma. It has to be different from Anatma and that Lakshana of Atma where Atma is not Chaitanya. Because Chaitanya is Tatastha Lakshana. So the Swarupa Lakshana will be something else other than Tatastha Lakshana, and that Lakshana should not go in Anatma. Now you see, other than Chaitanya, what it will be?
Jada.
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 If it is Jada and it is different from other Anatma, all Anatma is Jada. And if it is different from Chaitanya, it cannot be different from other Anatma. अनात्म असाधारणम वक्तव्यम तच्च चेतनातिरिक्तम न किमपि संभावितम. There is no such thing possible other than Chaitanya. Whatever is Vikari is going to be Anitya. Is it clear?
Yes, Swamiji.
Okay. So Dehadi Jada Vilakshanam Atmanam Abhipagachata. They will have to accept Atma as Nirvishesha Chidrupa Kutastha alone. Otherwise, if they accept something as Vikari, because earlier there was one point, if these gunas are coming and going, you cannot say Atma is Nitya Avikari and gunas are Anitya and Vikari. That Ashrita will make the Ashraya Dushita. What is there in the Atma will make Atma also impermanent. Anityatva niyamat bandha mokshanvayi eka atma bhavati iti dussampadam. And therefore, that same Atma which is going through bondage is Anitya and also is going to get liberation. Anitya Atma getting liberation is difficult to accept. The moksha itself will be impermanent. Iti etas sarvam abhipretya aha. Are you able to hear clearly now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Anavasthantaratvacha bandho natmani vidyate na shuddhishchapya sangatva dasango hiti cha shrutehe. Anavasthantaratvacha bandho natmani vidyate na shuddhishchapya sangatva dasango hiti cha shrutehe. Anavasthantaratvacha. There will be this anavasthantara, means another anavastha will come. Because of that, bandho atmani na vidyate. This is Siddhanti saying, in Atma, another anavastha is not possible in Atma. Or anavasthantara actually means not anavastha dosha. Atma changing its state, avasthantaratvam, is not there in Atma. Means Atma is Kutastha Nirvishesha Chidrupa. And after 10 years, Atma becoming Vikari, Jadarupa, etc. is not possible. So, therefore, this idea that Atma is bound now. Atma means me. I am bound right now. I will do something. After some time, I will become liberated. This change of state in Atma is not possible. Na ashuddhishcha api. And Atma also cannot have impurity. Atma cannot have bandhana. Atma also cannot have ashuddhi. Na ashuddhishcha api atmani. Why? Asangatvat. Atma is asanga. Ashuddhi will come from Deha, Indriya, Prana, Mana, Buddhi, etc. But Atma does not have any sansarga with any of them. So it cannot have asud. Ashuddhi. How do you say Atma is Asanga? Asango hiti cha shrutehe. Asango hi ayam purushaha. In Brahadaranyaka, it is given 4:3:15. See Teeka. Nasti avasthantaram yasya saha anavasthantarah. Anavasthantarah kaha?
Atma.
Atma. Atma does not have any other avastha. Tasya bhavo anavasthantaratvam. So, bhava tvatalau, tva pratyaya is added. Anavasthantaratvam. Tasmat anavasthantaratvat iti vigraha. Kasya atmanah iti shesha. Atma does not have another avastha. Tathacha atmanah, and therefore Atma cannot have bondage now. If Atma is bound, it will remain bound forever. Tathacha atmanah kutasthatvat. तस्मिन् आत्मनि बंधो विशेष गुणवत्व लक्षणः परमार्थतो न विद्यते. Atma cannot have bandha paramarthatah, which is vishesha gunavatva lakshanah. Atma having this vishesha guna in the form of bandhana is not possible. Chakarat tan nivritti rupo moksho api na vidyate iti yojyam. And therefore, anavasthantaratvacha, that cha says, moksha is also not there. Na bandha, na mukti. न निरोधो न चोत्पत्ति न बद्धो न च साधकः न मुमुक्षुर्न वै मुक्तः इत्येषा परमार्थता इति योज्यम्. तस्मात् नित्य शुद्ध एव आत्मा इति अत्र प्रमाणम्. So this is Vedanta Siddhanta. By this we have already refuted Vaisheshika Darshan. नित्य शुद्ध एव आत्मा इति अत्र प्रमाणम् वदन् परकल्पना निराकरण फलम् आह. So now what did we do from 51 to 57 shloka? We refuted Purva Paksha and established our Siddhanta, which says in Atma there is no Ashuddhi, there is no Bandhana. Na Ashuddhischa api. Atma does not have any malinyam. Swagata dharma krita bandha abhavavat anya sansarga krita ashuddhirapi na cha asti asangatvad ityartha. Swagata dharma krita bandha is also not there. Bandha in Atma by itself is also not there. Bandha is also not coming from anybody else. Or Ashuddhi is also not coming from anybody else. Anya sansarga krita ashuddhi api na cha asti. Why? Sansarga itself is not there, then how sansarga krita ashuddhi will come? Asangatvad ityartha. Atma is asangaha. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.